What's going on, folks? I'm on my way over to Crab Island, and today I'm just going to do some people watching, checking out boats as well. There's always some pretty cool boats over on Crab Island, and usually in the afternoon the people watching doesn't disappoint. So I'm going to go over there and cast judgment upon innocent people and just kind of see what I can find. So let's go. All right, guys, we're going to start by just doing a lap around Crab Island here, checking out who's here so far. It's about lunchtime. I just got out here. Some sweet boats already. That's not a bad looking Pursuit. It's got quad outboards, looks like Yamaha 425s. That is a beautiful boat. Nice Camus up there. I like that a lot. Y'all, look at this. The Marlboro Man. That is a boat. You gonna be all right, brother? I ran over you? Get on with it. That's a cute boat, bro. This jackass about ran me over. Y'all check this thing out. The Marlboro Man. That is sick. $500. This guy in the pink boat is really struggling. He about ran me over. He's about to run this guy over. He is really having a hard time. He should really learn how to operate that boat. Look at him. It's everybody else's fault. That boy's having a rough day. Man, that is a beautiful boat. The Marlboro Man. This is a pretty boat too. East Cape. Wonder how fast that thing goes. It's a cigarette. You know it's got to be fast. Inflatable pads. I should hang out and watch his anchoring operations. Looks like he's going to back into the people into the pontoon. You're doing great, man. People kill me. Anyways, back to the boats. That's that Camus we just saw a minute ago. I like that a lot. It's got a pair of Mercuries behind it. The Change Order 2. Check this is another go fast boat. It's not quite the Marlboro Man, but it sure is sweet. Got some Mercury outboards on it. Look at that paint job, is wicked. Check this Everglades out. That is a sweet ride. That's got 3 big outboards. I'd venture to say they're probably 600s. I will get close enough to check that out for sure. Got a pretty sweet convertible boat here. Like that a lot. Cool little Boston whaler. I'm in love with that Everglades. Another Boston whaler, a 240 Outrage. Got a grip of people on that thing. And that Everglades does in fact have triple. Let's see what they are. 600s. That is a wild ride right there. Love it. Like that blue and white Scout there too. That's a Chris Craft. Pair of 300 outboards. It's a good looking boat. The Chris Craft hull, their center consoles favor a Scout. Thought it was a Scout at first, but pretty sure that's a Chris Craft. It's not a center console either. Now that I'm looking at it, it's a dual console. There are a lot of people out here already. Through here we got a pontoon boat with a pair of Yamaha 450s. That is a lot of juice for a pontoon boat. Maybe they're 400, no, they're 450s. That is wild. Nice go fast boats in here. Quad 400s. Pretty sure we saw that boat in the harbor when we were touring boats in the harbor. Good looking boat. Got another one, looks like it's got inboard power. Thing looks like it's doing 100 miles an hour sitting still. That is a cool boat. I mean, it'd be fun for a little bit. I just feel like after about an hour, all you can really do is go fast. I'd be over it, but it'd be fun for that hour. Got a jet ski that didn't get the no wake memo. Being told to slow down by what looks like a fire boat. That's a beautiful Jupiter right there. Got the Sun Venture too. A few Corinthian catamarans bring a whole bunch of people out here. There's that pontoon boat with the pair of 450s behind it. That is just wild. I guarantee that thing goes way faster than I care to go on it. A lot of music going on out here too. We've got a vendor in there taking care of the folks on the Sun Venture 1 and Sun Venture 2. It is a windy day out here. I'm sure you can tell by the flags, but we've got an outgoing tide, so the water isn't super clear and pretty, but it is what it is. It's an absolute party out here today. So it's Labor Day weekend, and yesterday was Saturday, today's Sunday. Yesterday was a complete washout. Nobody could get out here. It rained all day. So I'm sure some people got out here, but not very many. That's a cool boat through there. Catamaran. Some big outboards, big Mercury outboards. Color matched. I can't tell what horsepower they are. They're big though. Got a second station. Love it. Little Cape Horn here. Those are cool little boats. Yamaha 150 behind it. All right, guys, I'm gonna make my way into the harbor, see if we can find anything interesting in there. We've got several boats in the charter fleet coming back in. Up there, we got the Always Tight. He already came in. We got the, can't tell which boat that is. The No Alibi. A lot of these guys coming in. It must be due in here at noon. Over here, that's the Aquanaut. That's a dive boat. There's a charter boat coming in behind it though. Got a big one heading out. Yeah, that's a beautiful boat right there. The Jumping Monkey. What a boat. Big old motor yacht. It's the Aquanaut I was just telling you about. That's a dive boat. It's the Back Down 2 coming in here. That's a big boat. A little tiki boat about to come into the frame here. Kind of shot block in the Back Down 2. That Back Down 2 is a pretty boat. And another one coming in. Bunch of them coming in. The Stelluna. It was pretty rough out there today. Based on the wind, wind's blowing directly out of the east. So there's really nowhere to hide. Another boat coming in behind it, the Real Chill. Got a World Cat going out. It's a nice Pathfinder, 2600. This is the Real Chill. Older boat. Little bow rider, Yamaha. And the Huntress is coming in. The Huntress is a boat that's behind AJ's, the restaurant. One of, I think, 3 or 4 charter boats that's right behind AJ's. Been a lot of boats coming through. I haven't cut. I've just been kind of going, just rolling all the way through, and just one charter boat after another. Busy day for these guys. I love to see it. We got another one coming in. Sorry, I'm having to kind of drive the boat and film at the same time. Easier said than done, while trying to keep you from getting too sick, trying to float the camera best I can. This is the Big John, another big boat. And we got sheriff boat. Big John, somebody about to run him over in a little Key West. I bet you there were some seasick folks on these boats. There's a pretty good group of people on that boat. But as bouncy as it was in the Gulf today, I'm sure some people got sick. Yeah, this isn't a fishing boat, but the Snuba Runner. It's like a snorkeling boat coming back in. They likely didn't go out in the Gulf. They most likely just went out to Noriega Point, probably around the East Jetty. Did some snorkeling. All right, guys, a trip to Crab Island wouldn't be complete without checking out the boats here on Noriega Point. Probably gonna have to pull the volume down on this video. Nothing wrong with your speakers. It's just a lot of copyrighted music. That's a East Cape boat. That's the second one of those I've seen today. And I am not familiar with that manufacturer, East Cape. They both really nice looking center consoles. I like it. 300 horsepower Suzuki. Here we've got 3 cabin cruisers moored up together, living their best life. I'm sure you can tell, but the water's pretty deep right up to the beach. That's why these boats are able to back in and not mess up their running gear too bad. There he is, having a good old time. Got a nice Sailfish dual console, little Key West. Look at this regulator, triple 300 Yamahas. Beautiful Everglades, pair of Yamaha 300s. Love the color of that boat. Looks like a 273cc. Bow rider, Glacier Bay, catamaran. Check this thing out. Cruisers Yachts, sweet boat. And we've got a big sport fish. Looks like a Hatteras, an older Hatteras there. Pretty boat. Got some boats tucked in here, little Everglades. Not really a little Everglades, but an Everglades in a Key West.
Where are you filming it for?
I did just checking out boats for YouTube. So, is that a Hatteras? That's a nice boat. I love those things. I bet. I'd love to have one. Yeah. All right. Cobia, center console. Lady on the Hatteras was just telling me she really loves that boat. I bet she does. I think it's beautiful. Just some pontoon boats. Nothing too crazy. Another bow rider. Nautic Star center console. Pretty sweet. Boston Whaler. People having a good time. All right, and the last boat up here is a little, looks like a Stingray center console. Check that thing out. I have no idea what hull that is. Like really rounded off on the stern there. A pair of Mercury Racing 300s, 400s behind it. Cool looking boat. Kind of looks a little like a Chris Craft, but I don't think it is. If you have any idea what that boat is, what that hull is, let me know in the comments. Got a beautiful Sportfish boat coming around the corner here. Nice dark gray hull. That's a pretty boat. Big old Viking. Gotta love that. Love everything about it but having to clean it or fuel it up. That's the gas money. Got a feeling they're not worried about putting fuel in it. The name of their boat is Gas Money. Cool old Mako. It's a pretty sweet custom boat here, double decker. America. That's pretty cool. I'm doing my best not to run into the seawall here while staying out of everybody's way. Last thing I want to do is be in these big boats' way. There's enough boat traffic out here. Enough people are in their way. Check out this CV coming in. Who doesn't love that? That one's got quad outboards on it. Beautiful boat. Second station. Beautiful, beautiful boat. .300s, quad 300s. People having a good old time. Check this thing out. Sack Store. Those are cool boats. Sorry about the camera work here. Again, trying to drive the boat, stay out of people's way. That's a cool boat. Mercury outboards. Love it. Beautiful Everglades over here. Color matched Yamaha outboards. Right here in Harbor Walk. Got some folks fishing the bridge here, tied off on this outgoing tide. This group here in this pontoon, they got people up on the pylons. Doing his best not to crash the rental boat into the pylons. They're gonna tie it off by the anchor. Folks fishing from a little jet boat here, one of them Yamaha jet boats. I'm set up in one of my favorite ambush points here. Got the harbor back there. Yeah, where folks have to come in through the pass. They're coming in from the Gulf back here into the bay or harbor. And then Crab Island just right over there on the north side of that bridge. Quite a bit of traffic through here today, as you can imagine. We got somebody leaving their berth. Looks like the Sea Blaster. A tiki boat. The Emerald Grand Beach Shuttle making their way out yet again to their little beach, which is just on the other side of that hill right there. We got the Real Grace coming in. This is a no wake zone, and I feel like I'm in about a 3-foot chop. And it's all due to boat traffic. I mean, there's wind, but that is not what's creating this chop. One of them fancy Yamaha jet boats. It's a 255X. That's a fella that was asking me where he could get some gas. Looks like he must have got fueled up. Looks like that's might be a, I can't tell, big old cobia, the white boat with the dark blue underside of the hull on the other side of that gray, what looks like a Pathfinder, probably a 2600. It's a big Pathfinder. Super nice boat. It's a Dorado on the other side of the parasail boat. Got to see it again. Those are cool boats. And he's got a second station on that one too. These folks on this tiki cruise must be on their way out. They're not liquored up enough just yet. When they come back through, they'll probably be a little more interesting. Got a duck boat over there. Nice sailfish. Pretty color. I like the colors of this Sea Fox too. Carolina blue and white. This boat's just steady falling out of the harbor and coming into the harbor. It's a beautiful yellowfin. Nice world cat. A sweet boat there. Got Crab Island over here. I'm going to show you the boats on the other side. This is the southern shoreline of the bay here. You're not supposed to be up on the land or sand or however you want to say it, whatever you want to call it. That's all part of Eglin Air Force Base. And there's nesting shorebirds in there, so it's all posted. You're not supposed to be hanging out in there. You're really not supposed to beach your boat. But you can hang out on the sandbar. It's a much more chill atmosphere than Crab Island is. So we'll punch in here and check out the boats that are hanging out up here. law enforcement. Bet they're busy today. I say that law enforcement is probably busy today, but believe it or not, I haven't really heard much of any kind of traffic on the VHF radio. I got my radio on channel 16, which is where you hear all the good stuff. And with the exception of the Betty G, which is a huge, I think it was a supply boat or something like that out of Bayou La Battery originally, that they've converted to just be a massive advertising boat. It's got a gigantic screen on it that just runs ads and stuff. The captain of that boat was going off on the captain of a fishing boat when he was trying to come through the Destin Bridge earlier. It was pretty entertaining. I'm not going to mention the name of the fishing boat, but it was a good time. But other than that, Channel 16's been quiet, which is really surprising to me. That's a cool boat there, the Chasing Hyde. It's a catamaran. The Anticipation, that's a snorkeling boat. The biggest problem with hanging out over here, it is you do have more space than over on Crab Island, but you're no longer in a no wake zone. So people start to get on plane like this guy here just did. And as you can imagine, once his wake makes it over here to these folks, they're gonna feel the effects of that. But if you're okay with that, it's a great place to hang out. Some nice boats back here. Got a Grady white dual console. Pontoon boat, looks like a Sea Pro. And an older, probably Mako. Looks like an older Mako, can't tell. Not sure if it is or not. Some pontoon boats. Check that center console out. I'm not familiar with what hull that is, but man, that is nice. Trying to keep this camera as steady as possible because it is bumpy. All these boats coming through here. I like that a lot. I'm not familiar with that hull. I can't even really tell. It's a weird font. Can't tell what it is, but it is pretty. I love that. Yeah, this boat here they just pulled anchor. There was a nice cutwater with some outboards that was moored up next to them. I missed the shot. I got here a little too late, but when I was coming in here earlier today, the cutwater was trying to maneuver the boat so that it could tie up essentially right next to it. This boat had its fenders out and they tied the boats up together, and it was quite the show seeing the person in that cutwater try to come up on this one, but they eventually got it. Just took them a little bit of time. It's a beautiful Everglades through there. See, when you do this, this is worse than being on plane as far as your wake goes. I mean, this thing's going to create quite the wake, as it already is. You might as well either get up on plane or get off plane. A lot of boats on this sandbar today, and as crowded as Crab Island is, can't say I blame them. That express style boat kind of looks like a tiara, however you pronounce it. Got that look. Or a Pursuit, one or the other. They're made by the same people. Got Sea Tow out here. I'm getting beat up out here. in this no wake zone. Nice to be on a little skiff. I can get into any water I want to get into easily, maneuver really easily, but you get beat up when it gets choppy like this out here. Looks like that boat right through there with the poling platform on it's some sort of panga or panga style boat. Look at all the shade on that blue boat there. Big old center console, looks like a cobia. One of the bigger cobias I've seen. They got shade on that entire boat, I love that. This Jupiter's a unique boat. I like that a lot. Triple outboards. Beautiful boat. A really nice CV through there. Got two big outboards on it. I don't know what horsepower they are. Big old Mercury outboards. That's a gorgeous boat. Check out this boat I'm coming up on. That thing is awesome. Definitely the biggest boat out here. We'll get up there and get a closer look at that.